Hi Virgo, welcome back to BohoMystic. My name is Marinelli, and today we're doing your August 2025 reading. I feel like I've been picking up kind of a continuation of your July mid-month. Let's start with what I heard before I did your meditation. I heard about time, and I just feel like that's you saying it. It's about time. Like you finally see your changes in action. You finally feel like you've begun to live the life that you've aspired to live. Or you actually realize that you truly have moved on or healed or processed something in your life effectively enough for you to move on in your next steps, your next growth spurt in your life. That's what I feel. I feel very peaceful. Like you're proud of yourself. Like, there's a moment where you just take stock of who you are in this new moment, in this moment. And you're like, I've done good. Like, I see the end game. I see where I'm heading, or I know I'm on my path. Like you found some kind of inner peace. And I remember that reading that I had up for you recently, and it was so inspiring. There was something burgeoning in you that was coming forward. And I feel like you're seeing the effects of that now and will in August. Yeah, it's such a nice emotional stability, but it's more like feeling proud of yourself. You're patting your own back type of thing, and not in an ego driven way, in a loving, unconditional loving way. So I did your meditation, and it was just as nice. It was, again, in the theme of everything. First thing I see in your meditation is this enormous sun coming up in the horizon from like the ocean, the water. And it's kind of cartoony, like with the rays, and I almost felt like I could see like a smiling face with like sunglasses or something, but there wasn't any of that. It was a sun. It was blinding and beautiful and yellow. And all the decks that I had pre-pulled, once I heard about time, were all yellow and bright and something to do with the sun. So that synchronicity is already there. And I wrote down, it was cartoony, pretty, felt light and celebratory. Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. Then all of a sudden I see a jellyfish, and it's light, and it's just beautiful, and it's just pulsating its way through water, from what I understand. It was really, really beautiful and so peaceful. And I wrote down peace, and I heard peace. Like you are having a moment of peace. You've accomplished something. And if it's inner peace, if it's achieving something here in the 3D, if it's finding a healthy relationship where you can be your best version, something like that, because I can feel a lot of love. And I even thought to myself, is this going to be a love story? Because I haven't had one as of yet. But, love radiates so much. And when you feel it, it could be anything, right? But I definitely feel like there's a lot of self-love here. Again, self-love. So then this jellyfish kind of morphs into, or what seemed like it morphed into, a moth. And then I wrote down possibly a Luna moth. And it's swimming up also and like away. And now I know we're underwater. So I'm actually seeing a moth swim underwater. It was really interesting. And then that moth, and that's why I think it's a Luna moth, because like the little tail ends kind of become feet, and the Luna moth becomes a person, and that person swims away from me. They're completely unaware I'm there. I'm watching, I'm observing, and they're swimming away. And then that person then becomes again the moth or like a butterfly, because I felt like I could really see distinct butterfly wings, but the little tail ends were still there, like where that became feet and then became the tail ends again. It was really interesting. And I wrote down, very peaceful, no sound, like I was underwater, seeing all this, but the silence was golden and peaceful. I mean, I knew there was nothing else. It was very simple. The meditation was fast, simple. I saw the transition, the transformation, and I just knew where it was heading. I mean, they gave me the sun. They showed the sun coming up. And that's the about time. It's about time that you are seeing the benefits, the fruits of your labor. It's like even passing the Seven of Pentacles. Like you've been so patiently waiting and you're seeing your harvest come in. That's what it feels like. So I did the pre-shuffle, and in the goddess deck, I got Oshun, which is also the goddess of a river, with harmony. That didn't surprise me. That may actually even be for me, because Oshun has been in my mind for several days now. And then I got, in the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, the acquisition card, which is Sun in Taurus, and friendship, which is Moon in Cancer. How funny. Earth sign Taurus and Cancer water. An acquisition. I do think that you are receiving. You are receiving gems. You are receiving your bounty. It's starting to trickle in. I think you're going to be surprised and happy in the month of August with what's coming into you. And then I got the Amum Chili or Quelli, depending on how you pronounce it, card in the astrology deck, the IC card. And that's about past, right? So that's making peace with the past. It's also your coping mechanisms that come from the past, like your deep-seated past self that's very personal to you. So maybe you have healed and worked so hard on your past, and you are now seeing the benefits of that healing. It's like you've put to rest things that were holding you back for a long time, or you're breaking past patterns that were established in the past when you were a child, from inner child wounds, or even from past relationships that have affected you deeply and haven't allowed you to move forward in a positive or healthy direction in relationships. There's something there. And then you got the Taurus card from the same deck. And it said slow but steady. Again, your fellow earth sign. Slow but steady. You got Taurus twice. Second house. I mean, that is also your physical manifestation. It's your worldly goods. It's your family. It's your home. It's your health. It's your body. It's the form and matter that's around you here. So the fact that you got acquisition before with the sun in Taurus, and now you got Taurus again, slow but steady, I feel like that's saying, yeah, you're receiving, you're acquiring. Light is being shed on what you are receiving here in this physical world. And if it's not something tangible in hand, it's a growth or a healing that is going to allow you to be more productive and successful in acquiring what it is that you want in your life here in the 3D. So let's do the cards. Let's see what they have to tell us. This is really beautiful, Virgo. So thank you already for a gorgeous reading. And let's see what comes. Let's start with the Goddess deck. All right, Spirit, what does the Virgo collective need to know for the month of August 2025, please? Can I get one card, please? August 2025. Okay. That's a lot. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have Mystic with devotion. I think this speaks of your devotion. This is the devotion that you have put into your healing. Breaking patterns, breaking interpersonal patterns to have a healthy relationship. Not being triggered by things that you have been triggered by maybe for your whole life. Like they no longer hold you back from living your life to the fullest in the here and now. All right, let's do this astrology deck. For Virgo collective, please, Spirit, what do we have for the month of August 2024? Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have fixed. Keep on keeping on. Fixed signs, baby. You had the Taurus. I think that you are mastering your element. You are keep on keeping on. And because, again, you have done this, that's why you're reaping the benefits. August is going to deliver. And this is definitely telling you, just keep on going. Even when things start coming in for you, keep on going. It's not a one and done. It's not like you just healed yourself just to get this one thing. Make it part of who you are now. You're no longer the same person from a few months ago, from a year ago. And it's a work in progress. Healing never ends. It always morphs and grows. Don't just be satisfied with what you get now. More is coming. You're deserving of more and you're going to receive more. But you need to keep going. Excellent. All right. We're going to do... This is from my deck that I created called the Sunlit Path. And let's see what comes up for you guys. For Virgo, please, Spirit. All right. Virgo for the month of August 2025. Bottom of the deck, we have call upon or embody whale spirit. Water. Ancient wisdom, authenticity, emotional healing, divine language. You guys are the whale. You have tapped into ancient wisdom, healing from your ancestors, tapping into going back to the past with the IC, like even past life experiences, delving deep, connecting with your higher self, and you found something that activated you, that enlightened you of how to move forward in this life. Whales are so peaceful, and I was going to say from like the land down under. That could be interesting. You could be in Australia. Australia could be a synchronicity for someone because that literally just came to me. But you found harmony in a way to live in such depths. This is definitely the devotion work you've put in. I mean, this could, I think I even said this in your previous one, this could be you meeting head on again. Inner child work, inner child wounding, trauma, past hurts and pains. I mean, this is shadow work. This is, I feel like this is coming to me. I never even thought these words would be coming out of my mouth, but it's like breaking apart a carburetor and putting it back together. And I really don't even know what a carburetor is. Okay, that could be in synchronicity for someone. It's like you rebuilt your engine. You broke apart your engine, all the pieces of you, cleaned it, lovingly cleaned it and healed it, perfected it, as a Virgo does. It's like you took your time and were so diligent, like an Eight of Pentacles would. And you broke it down. And instead of just saying, it's not worth anything, I can't do this anymore, it doesn't matter. No, you lovingly took it apart, cleaned it, flushed it, did everything that you had to do and put it back together. And now your engine's running like it's brand new. Something like that. You got a new lease on life. That's really beautiful. That's really, really beautiful, Virgo. All right, let's do the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. See what you guys need to know. Month of August, please, for Virgo, please. Anything else? Okay, we have your oracles. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Rebellion. That's Mars and Aquarius. Number 11. This is your path. Like I said in the beginning, it's like you found your path and you just stuck to it with devotion and hard work, and you kept on going, right? You just kept going. There's a person here who has like a sword and he's pointing it towards these two people here. And it feels like it's like you, again, met head on. No matter if it was 2-1, you like met your past, those wounds, that shadow work that needed to be done and dealt with. You met them head on. You didn't turn around. You didn't run scared. You met them head on and did the work, and now you're going to reap the benefits. It's about time. And now I'm thinking, maybe you're also saying to yourself, like, about time I did this. And if that's the case, don't do that. You're on your path. Everyone takes as long as they're going to take to get on their path or to be able to heal and close out a cycle. So you're here now. You're here now. And that's all that matters. That's for those who are maybe saying that to themselves. I see you. No. Let's stay on the self-love, not self-criticism. But I think it's just about time that you're reaching heights that you've never reached before. And that's where I'm going to go with this reading. All right, so these are your oracles. Let's do a simple spread. I'm just going to shuffle quickly and pull if they don't fall out. For Virgo, August 2025. That's your current past influence, what you should let go of in August, what you should focus on in August, and moving on in August. What are we looking at? Let's move these over so we have a little bit of room. This is the Tarot of Oneness. And then we have the Chariot. Yeah, guys, look at these two dolphins just going. Oh, it's so beautiful. And it's water and beauty and you're manifesting. You're mastering elements here. You mastered the earth element. You're mastering the water element. Dealing with all those emotions. You're swimming. You're the whale. I mean, you are in a very healthy and good place, Virgo. You really, really, really are. And I guess I've had some difficult readings. And I know that the month of August is going to be big and a lot for most, if not all, the signs. But what I feel with your collective is that you guys did so much of the heavy lifting and heavy work prior to August. So you're going to see the benefits of those things maybe a little sooner than other people. Or you're going to not have those huge towers that I've been seeing come up over and over again because you already had yours. So what's underneath here? The Hierophant. Taurus again. You guys may have a significant other who's a Taurus. You're feeling like a Taurus, but you are the Hierophant in your own life. And this was very similar to your reading before. Like as though you found a path of becoming a healer, or there's a very spiritual path here. And then you had Mystic with devotion too. Maybe you've embraced the metaphysical, the mysticism in your life. But for me, this is what you've dedicated and what you have pledged, I was going to say, promised yourself to be. You know, the Hierophant could be someone, it could be teacher, student, or it's the ideals that you live by. It's the moral code and fiber that you now abide by in your life. And maybe that's what you've been doing. You've been consistent in following your new moral compass, moral code, way of life that you've dedicated yourself to, however that translates in your life. I can even feel like someone maybe even religious, really religious, or follows a traditional religion in addition to this mysticism. Because if you're here, you found a calling and you have done everything in that calling. You know, it's so funny because now I actually remember your reading and about how you may have had a person who was very integral in getting you on this path, or was shepherding you on this path, or helping you, and I don't remember it all, defending you on this path. Maybe this is this person still. Maybe this Hierophant, maybe this religious leader, maybe this occult leader, I don't know, is still in your life. Maybe this is the relationship that's blossomed into love. That's what the other reading was about. I could definitely see this as a continuation of that reading for a lot of you. What's underneath that? The Inspiration of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. You dedicating yourself to study whatever it is that you're dedicating your life to. If you're becoming a mystic, if you're becoming a pastor, a preacher, some kind of healer, studying to become that, moving on that path, taking the steps and going down that road to become that in your life. This is breaking here, so I'm going to see it. Death and rebirth. Holy moly. Yeah. This is a new you. Exactly what we were saying. This is a new you. And this is where you're going. This is from you. This is out. This is born out of you. You call in the chariot. You balanced. You call it in. You're fulfilling this. You're fulfilling this transformation. Like the Luna moth. You are becoming. That's what it is. You are becoming this new version of yourself. It's amazing. Just amazing, Virgo. Okie dokie, let's take a look at your oracle cards. Oh my goodness. The Bodhisattva. Oh, the Buddha, awakening. Absolutely, Virgo. It's like as though, as in the Hierophant, you have connected spirituality, the heavens, God, maybe in your case, if that's what you believe in, to the physical. And you understand it, and you are its conduit now. That's why you're getting all the earth and all the spiritual at the same time. Two of Pentacles, wouldn't be surprised it comes up. That is also the juggling of your spiritual path and truth to your physical life, right? That juggling of the truth of who you are and how it manifests in this world. Grounding in nature may be very important to you, or may have been something you've been doing for a while. Feeling one with the earth, with Mother Gaia. Bathing. I just got baptizing in the river. I'm getting a huge religious aspect here. And that's not something that I do. I normally don't combine them. I just read the cards and give you the messages that I'm getting. And they're surrounded by water. Kali Ma, fierce love. Absolutely. I think that you have tapped into your fierce love for yourself. For yourself and for what you believe in. For yourself and for the collective whole as an enlightened spiritual person. And you were Kali Ma. With her help, you broke everything down, met everything head on, and made sure love prevailed in your life. And I think you're going to see the benefits of that. The hummingbird with joy. I feel that you're experiencing a lot of joy, or you have. When you access this awakening path, there are many times you feel bliss. I was feeling a lot of peace in the beginning, and it's very joyous. And maybe that's what you're feeling. You feel joy, inner contentment. Contentment with yourself, who you are in this world, and your place in this world. Cave with receptivity, and this is a person in a cave, again, in the earth. Yeah, you may have been doing this. Like I said, you may have been in nature, being one with the earth, with the earth, with the earth. You may have been mastering meditation. You may have been looking into Buddhism or becoming a Buddhist. You are an open channel, and I think you know that. You've been receiving divine law. You've been receiving divine law. That's interesting. And you're using your position, your education, something to dispense or help others with that law. Pearl with authenticity. Yeah, I think that you uncovered your pearl. You did the work. You were able to pry open those extremely difficult areas and parts of you that have been closed and buried for a long time. And you found pearls in those clams, in those oysters, in those shells. Not rubbish. Again, it's a word I would not use. That could be a synchronicity for someone. You were not expecting to, there you go. You were not expecting to find anything of value in those depths. And you found pearls. pearls of wisdom, pearls that you have strung together to create your story of who you are, who you were, who you've been, and now where you're going. Integration is like you collected all those parts of you that were strewn everywhere, and you created and fixed your necklace. Kali Ma has this white necklace there, like a pearl necklace. I know I made reference to, again, taking pieces of you. I can't remember. When I'm going, I can't remember. It's very difficult for me to remember what I said. All right. Oh, butterfly with transformation. Yes. Holy moly, guys. That's what the hummingbird enjoy. The butterfly. Oh, this is the butterfly in the water. Look at the bottom here, like the little tail ends, like I was saying. That's why I thought maybe it was still a Luna moth. You are the butterfly. You've become the butterfly. You did so much work like the Luna moth, which is death and rebirth, which is deeper and true wounds. And then you became yourself. And I want to say that was probably the tower. And then you became you swimming finally. And then now you're becoming the butterfly. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, Virgo. I would love to hear from you guys how this is showing up in your lives, what it is that you're doing, what's new in your life. Uranus, expect miracles. I love it. I think you are expecting miracles. I think you are. I think August is going to be miraculous. I think you're going to be, like I said before, pleasantly surprised about the things that start coming in for you. Divine timing is on your side now. Divine timing is going to be delivering in August for you. Is going to start delivering in August for you. Taurus, slow but steady again. Ooh, you may have a Taurus in your life. Maybe your partner. It may be your partner in crime. It may be that Hierophant. It may be you. This is what you're embodying. You are not stopping, and you're going and going, right? Once they start charging, you can't stop them. And it's like you're unstoppable right now. Maybe you are holding on to the stubborn quality of a Taurus in a great way. Like you're not allowing things here and there to redirect you, to emotionally trigger you. You're like, nope, I'm going this path. It doesn't matter. Those things no longer control me. You're being steady and true to your path, and you're not letting anything come between you and your goal. You are the bull. Nothing is going to stop the bull from reaching its destination. And the bull is a master manifester. It builds the world. And this is what you're doing. You are building and manifesting your world. You don't have a timetable. You're not in a hurry. You are slow and steady, and you will not deviate from your path as a stubborn bull. You are harnessing your earth element in every single aspect, pulling in your earth brothers and sisters, I don't know. And you are creating, you are molding. You are molding. Yeah. Air, take a bird's eye view. What did I say about manifesting before? You've manifested. You've been accessing and using the elements in your favor. You realized, right? You realized your power, and that you actually have the power to manifest, that you have the power to access what was around you, to catapult you in this direction. How does that translate into your real world life here? Could be, again, like I said, becoming a healer, going on a spiritual path, maybe even on some kind of spiritual trip, becoming a shaman, dedicating yourself to service in some way, in your church, in your temple, becoming a Buddhist. I don't know. There's something like that. And then in your interpersonal relationships, like I said in the beginning, it's like as though you can now be the best healed version in your relationship. It's like leaving your quote unquote baggage at the door or at home, or better yet, you took your baggage, you washed it, laundered it, took care of it, and you no longer carry that baggage with you in relationships. It's like you're a new and improved version of yourself, and you are taking yourself out for a test drive in the world, in your friendships, in your love relationships, at work. Because this type of growth, this type of inner expansion beams from you, shines from you, and others are going to see and feel your power, your confidence, your aura. And I think you're going to start attracting opportunities, attracting people who are interested in you, attracting friendships, and calling in your soul tribe. You're going to, again, I'm not saying this from as in my opinion. I think that you yourself feel like you're a better and an improved version of yourself, or you will feel that way in the month of August. I think you've been feeling that way. I feel like that's how you feel. This is not a judgment call from me on you. It's like what you feel. Like you are so-and-so 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, God only knows. And you're ready to shine and let this new version of you out. Something like that. Okay. Perth row. Guys, hidden knowledge, divination, fate, chance, luck, initiation through discovery, awakening, the unknowable. What did I say? Oh, I can't remember what I said about the truth, divine law. It's like you got access to divine truth. You've had this awakening, this ascension. And what was closed off to you and just inaccessible, you got a key, you got a pass, I don't know, something you did just blew open those doors, uncovered that third eye, and you just know. It's like light came in, filled you, filled your vessel, and you just know. You hold it all within you, and that is what is going to shine from you in the month of August. This is on your path. This is who you are moving forward. And it's, of course, going to lead to more change, more lessons to be learned. But you hold You hold this accomplishment in your hands and in your body. Shadow work. You may have been doing all this shadow work. You know, again, mystic, you have the divination here, you have divination somewhere else. You may be channeling. You may be seeing things, again, opening that third eye. Your crown chakra may be super lit, right? You're the Hierophant. Your shadow work, you meeting head on and working diligently, step by step, in integration and healing and self-love, self-compassion is what made all this possible, and what will continue making things possible, because this also is never ending, and it will keep peeking its head throughout your life. Healing, ego, it's higher self divided by ego, integration. Yeah. Gibo. Babes. You guys, it's a gift. I mean, for me, this is, okay, so it's gift, balance, exchange, importance of connections, partnerships, mutual support, need for equilibrium. But for me, it's the gift. I think for many of you, the about time gift is the gift of knowledge, the gift of insight, maybe even the activation of gifts. And if it's a literal gift, here in the physical, it could be new love. It could be a flourishing of partnerships, interpersonal connections. It could be accolades. It's a well-being that you've worked so hard for. Okay, what else do we have here? Devotion, Saturn, divine timing, lessons learned, karma, and Libra. Devotion again. You are so devoted. I got that last time in your reading. Something in you clicked, and you devoted yourself to your path, to this path, this healing path, this path of service. That's what it is. It's like, however you do it, that's what you're doing. Service to others, service to yourself, service to Source, God, however you see it. I think you've balanced that. You absolutely have devotion and balance. My goodness. Order. Moon in Virgo. You have made order of the chaos in your life, right? With the shadow work. And who better than Virgo? And look at those nice rows of vegetation. But all I'm seeing is the harvest, guys, that's coming in for you from all your hard work, from you putting things in order. This is the gift. These are the gifts that the universe is going to shower you with, that you have been calling in, that you've been cultivating and taking care of so meticulously and lovingly. Number 6 with harmony. Harmony, cooperation. This is, again, with the cooperation and partnerships with Gibo. This definitely could be with someone else, just like I said before, with the Hierophant. It could be someone in your life who is your inspiration, who is your teacher, who is your Sherpa in this world, your guide. Then we have same card that fell out in your pre-shuffle, acquisition, Sun in Taurus. And it's number 2, and it's a pair. You could be finding your divine alliance, your divine love, your divine partnership. Again, the acquiring of this gift, of these gifts, is yours, is here, will be here in August. But for the love story aspect of this, of being healed enough, whole enough to be the best fit in a relationship, you may be finding that in August. Taurus, again, slow and steady wins the race. And that's exactly what you've been doing, Virgo. Exactly. All right, so what's your current energy then for the month of August? The 6 of Cups. Oh my goodness, yes. And this for me is true contentment. Something that we strive to achieve, get back, retain, always looking for happiness. You're going to actually achieve this happiness, this joie de vivre, this allowance of light and love in your life, this fulfillment of who you are in the here and now, of realizing and understanding what happiness means to you today. That is what August is all going to be about. Healing the past. Oh, it's beautiful. Through your healing, because nothing's going to be like the past. Like I said, it's finding out how happiness or love or contentment could be today. How to feel that innocence, that purity of love that you may have once felt before today. And that's what you have found. And that's what you've worked hard to achieve, acquire in August. Past influence. The 5 of Wands, absolutely. You battled. You held off. You know, seeing this pack of wolves and the infighting goes back to this card. The rebellion card. It's like you rebelled against your status quo. You rebelled against your upbringing. You rebelled against your past. You said, no, my past is no longer defining me. My past is no longer going to influence the success of my relationships. My past is no longer going to be the measuring stick I compare everybody else to. In a good way and bad way, right? It's like you saying, I can't think that everyone is going to fail me. I can't think that everyone is going to let me down. It's like you rebelled against that. What did I say about this guy? Look at him going against 2 people. It's like it didn't matter how many were in the pack, right? You were 1 against 4. You were 1 against 2. However that works. You were like, no, I don't care. I can take it all on. And you did. You took on more than what you potentially even could take on. And you still did it. The courage, the devotion, the determination is outstanding, Virgo. Absolutely outstanding. So what should you then let go of in the month of August? The embodiment of wands. That is really interesting. That's the King of Wands. You know, the King of Wands is the visionary and blazes the trail to erect his vision. Wow, I'm feeling like the fact that we just are now seeing the wands makes me feel like this is anger. Because we had the mastery of the water, we had the mastery of the earth, we had the clarity of the air. But now that the wands are coming in, we're getting the lower vibrational aspects of the wands. And I feel like you're being asked to let go of your burning fire, burning rage, anger, right? Like you no longer have to fight. You no longer have to be in combat. You need to allow your fire that potentially is what has gotten you here, because that's what you use to fuel the shadow work and the hard work up till now. And it's now allowing that fire to recede in the background and start receiving, allowing the divine feminine to take over when you've been maybe in this divine masculine for a while now. I feel that very strongly. You don't need to raise everything anymore. Let's let new life sprout up again from those ashes. You've done the hard work, now be the phoenix. Be the phoenix that you are now meant to be. Wow. So what should you focus on then in the month of August? The Nine of Swords. This is a person in their bed, and it looks like there are people and spirits, just, I think, memories, everything that's gone on, hounding you. It's like all those memories that keep you worried at night. Focus on the fact that you have mastered this. Focus on the fact that you have more power and have showed yourself that you have more power over all those competing thoughts, manipulating thoughts than you thought you had. Don't forget the lessons that you have learned. I also see the bed here like a boundary, like a fence that you created. You erected this boundary, keeping them at bay, keeping those thoughts, those things that go bump in the night that have plagued you for so long. You have mastered them. They now stay beyond that fence. Focus on the fact that you mastered that. You built those boundaries. And you need to maintain those boundaries. You need to keep working and making sure those boundaries stay effective in your life. So moving forward in the month of August, what are we looking at for you guys? Seven of Swords in reverse. Further clarity. Further ascension. Authenticity. You know, it's very hard to put your light under a bushel, right? Again, once it's exposed. I have a feeling that you're not going to be able to hide your light anymore. And you're going to have to decide how much of this new version of you want to expose and give to others. And if this is truly divination gifts coming online, there's an entire practice that you should learn about cleansing and holding boundaries with the etheric realms. Just please know that. And also, I'm getting like I think moving on, you're contemplating figuring out how to introduce yourself, this new version of yourself, to the world. How to authentically live your life and expose yourself to the world. And I think there's a give and take here, and I think there's a hesitancy because of judgment, or even the fact that maybe you're a page right now in this new version of yourself, and you're sort of like tiptoeing in to revealing your new beliefs, your new path, who you want to be, your goals. And remember, you don't owe anybody an explanation, and you don't have to reveal everything. You can start piecemealing parts of you that you feel safe to do so with, and depending on people's reactions, that will dictate how much more they get of you. And that's not lying to yourself or lying to them. That's not being inauthentic. That's being responsible with your heart and being self-loving, self-caring in this process of becoming. I don't think you need to be afraid in this tree or hiding in this tree anymore. But I also don't know if you need to expose yourself 100% yet, if you're not ready to. Little by little, start with people that you trust. Start with people who share your interests. Find a community that you identify with. And then when you're ready to just lay it all out on the line and just say, this is who I am, and then you will be ready. But it's on your terms, at your pace. All right, Virgo. This was phenomenal. I feel the energy of a person who is in the midst of groundbreaking change. And I think this is internal, spiritual, that is just going to pour over into your physical world, because those two go hand in hand. What you are becoming will become your reality in the 3D. And being one and the same is so empowering. And I'm so happy for you. So keep doing what you're doing. I would love to hear from you, and have a beautiful August, and enjoy what comes, because you've worked so hard for it and you're so deserving of it. All right, guys. Bye.